Like, this is the last time I'm gonna try, bro. Let me see, bro. It's about to piss me off. I'm already knowing. It's about to piss me off. I'm already knowing. I don't know, man. Okay, so I'm actually like live. Like I'm legitimately live on Kick. Okay, cool. Damn it. All right, so now I can put the Yamins on my. How do I get a link for myself, bro? It won't let me get a link for myself. How do you not allow people to post their own stuff, brother? Let me make sure YouTube ain't on some bullshit either. Okay, I am live. I am live on YouTube. Finally. Hold on, bro. This has been pissing me off for the last hour, bro. It's working. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh man. All right. Mother freaking finally. Well, I don't have the chat popped out, so that's cool. But I'm gonna get the chat popped out. Okay. I can't see chat though. Can somebody comment something so I can like confirm that the window I have open is for chat? That would be helpful. All right, well, I got the link at least. So let me can go to my channel actually. I'll just pop out chat on there. Alright, look at that for right now. Oops. Yeah, alright, look at my home screen for a minute. I don't give a what you say. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Hell yeah, boy. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, I kind of got it now. Sick. Alright, so now the only thing I gotta do is figure out where the hell I can pop my chat out at. There we go. So annoying, man. Genuinely so annoying. Alright. So I don't need that there no more. Get about to pass. I'm just not gonna be able to have pop-out chat, bro. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I hate this, man. This is so annoying. Okay, this is alright. I might be able to do this actually. Oops. TJ. Extra Putin. Extra Putin. Alright. Trust me. Excellent. If there's a will, there's a way, bruh. Oh my gosh, thank God. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. Whoa. What is going on? Hey, what's up, bro? Dude, oh my gosh. The amount of technical difficulties I was having, bro. Oh, that shit drove me insane. Okay, so I hope it looks okay. Let me know if it does. I got chat popped out now, so next time I won't be able to or I will be able to like just start immediately. All right, so I gotta get the link for YouTube. There we go. This is so unprofessional. I'm so sorry. All right, post this on Instagram. Could you could you DM me a link of the stream? Cause it won't let me do it from my creator app. Which is crazy to me. Never mind, I'm stupid. Oh, I got it, bro. Thank you, sir. Man. I really should, bro. I really should have watched like a tutorial or something before I started doing this. Jeez. That was... Oh my gosh. Shit was driving me insane. Alright, let me make my face cam a little bigger, zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay. So let's see what the hell is going on. Let me turn my music down a little bit. So what are these liberals protesting? Egyptians are physically throwing out the Western leftists who showed up to march to Gaza. So did liberals fly to Egypt to march to Gaza? What are these retards trying to do? Oh shit! Where is that at? Damn, why don't they do this in LA? Is this the Middle East? It's gotta be. This the Alu Akbarian's homeland. I'm sorry. Federal agents bum rush protesters at the Delaney Hall ICE facility and start tasing people. I voted for... Back up. Just go to the other side. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What are they trying to accomplish? They're trying to let prisoners go? Is that their goal? Back up. Just go to the other side of the line. What the hell is going on? Get up and go. I feel like if just a couple of them, if you just bang a couple of them with a real firearm, Are they really gonna stand there? I think like aggressive tear gas. Like we need to just start macing these people immediately. You want to come up to a federal prison facility? Just get rid of them. For protest set up around my area. Man, I have work tomorrow. But before work, I guess like downtown my area, apparently there's gonna be some anti-Trump march, and I am 100% showing up. I'm absolutely showing up. I'm gonna like full just recording and everything, bro. I'm gonna be asking people why they're there. I need to get like a mic so I can do like a street interview or something. But I don't know if I should do that because people are crazy, bro. People are crazy. I'm not about to get attacked for content, bro. Absolutely not. I'm not neon, bro. I'm literally the content's in the movie itself. I live in a town in Central Oregon called Bend. I'm moving to Texas next May. I freaking hate this town. It's so whack. It's very, very liberal. There's a pretty sizable conservative community, but for the most part, they're just very, very left-leaning. We're like 3 hours away south of Portland. Oh, man. It's brutal. It's brutal. So I'm definitely going to see what the hell they're doing. Are they actually like rioting where you are in Louisiana? I don't know what's going on in that state. All I know is that Baton Rouge is like the murder capital of the country. That's crazy. You hope they kill themselves. They're just doing their job, bro. I would hate to be one of these guys. You got to deal with these crazy psycho retards, bro. I would be begging to be able to shoot somebody. Like, seriously. What do they... If you feel like depressed and sad, suicidal, you should act on it. She's going to feel like she's on the moral high ground after telling somebody to do that. Another human being. Because of your dumbass political beliefs. That's... Oh, hell yeah. Is that her? Is that the perp? Nah, megaphone girl gotta go, bro. Lock her up. Oh, beat. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Beat they ass. Beat they ass. Get a baton. Get a baton. Get a baton. Break a couple bones. Break a shin. Detain that nigga! Detain his ass. Yep. Beat him. That's what I like, boy. Oh, that's what I like, boy. They don't even know what a Nazi is. If you ask these people to define Nazi, we have to. Oh my gosh. They're calling American citizens getting illegals out of your country Nazi scum. Why is he a Nazi? Do they even know? They're just... Look at this guy. You're calling the random black ICE agent a Nazi. These people are retarded. Real Mexicans coming to save the.
We're just chilling. Keep that in mind. That sends a message, bro. America doesn't even like America. The Mexicans like America.
You ain't burning that flag. I don't care.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
Mexican. My family's no immigrant. You're not burning that flag. You're not burning that flag.
Look at this little retarded. It's always. What does Asmongold say, bro? Asmongold always says we got two people that cause all the problems in society. Karens and incels. This little creature is one if not both. For sure a Karen, more than likely also an incel.
We don't condone burning the American flag at all.
And we're fucking Mexican, dog.
We don't condone burning the flag at all. At all.
I mean, I respect that, but why are you out here with a skull mask on? What are you even doing? Like, why are you out there in the first place? Democrats are demanding for Governor Ron DeSantis to be removed from office after he announced Florida residents are allowed to drive.
Right to flee for your safety, and so
DeSantis should be removed from office. So okay, hold on.
Keep in mind, we're protesting, but the Americans are the one doing this shit. You feel me? We're just chilling. Keep that in mind. That sends a message, bro. America doesn't even like America. The Mexicans like America.
Okay. So. Okay. Black woman stopped in traffic.
And these people are having their children.
Look at this little freak. Look at these retards that think they're fighting the Nazis.
But you can if you could just move out the way. How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing?
So this random black girl.
How do you all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work. I can't.
Oh
So you
my
don't care about stopping black
gosh.
people from going to work?
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problems. I'm not.
This black girl's minding her business, and her governor, being such a dumbass, is saying that she can't go to work because this retard is standing in front of traffic. So Gavin Newsom gets to stay.
have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
You should have kept going. You should have kept going. You should have kept going. Now look, now they're gonna hit your car and bust it. Nah.
And we also have a policy.
You should have kept going, bro. Commit. Florida's the only place doing something about the problem before there's even a problem. Much respect to the governor. Newsom needs to take notes. No, Newsom needs to be taken to prison. I just don't understand how there's any universe that him or Karen Bass are still walking the streets free. That's what's really blowing my mind. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. I want Tom Homan to deport so many illegals. I'll never have to press one for English again. Oh my gosh! All right, what's up with Israel right now?
آمریکا یه شعار نیست صرفاً. این یک خط مشیه. علتش هم همین است که گفتم.
What'd you say? What he say? What he say? Iranian Supreme Leader. This was 2023. When you chant death to America.
اینی که شما میگید مرگ در آمریکا یه شعار نیست صرفاً. این یک خط مشیه. علتش هم همین است که گفتم. آمریکایی ها سالهای متمادی از سالهای میانی دهه 20
Okay, well that's rad. I really don't want this to escalate, man. But I feel like me saying that is
Gazans of fat Hamas fighters, of
pointless.
Overweight Gazans. Do you know how difficult it is for an Israeli to believe that Gazans are starving when I see in social media that there are open hotels, that the markets have fresh produce, and that I know the amount of food that is coming into the Gaza Strip? So allow me to question and doubt everything what you say. Yeah, Habibi, allow me to question and doubt everything that you say, Mr. Comedian Bassem. And because you don't have standing, you don't have knowledge, you're outdated, you're repeating. I'll give you credit for saying catchy things and sound bites. You do that very well. But in terms of actually knowing what's going on in Gaza, you have no clue. You're a complete uneducated person who is just regurgitating monologues and catchy names and popular culture at
And you don't think the branding Gazans a bunch of fat
Gaza.
people who aren't starving? You think that's not a catchy little phrase?
This is the
to get
funniest
attention.
shit I've ever heard.
I mean, come on. Really, Jonathan? You're reduced to saying that all Gazans are so overfed, they're all fat. Come on, man.
Send them.
Look at this little tone policing Karen cuck.
You know, Piers, the only really...
I have not seen the Iranian police's. What's the handle? Iranian military. Oh, just our Iranian military. Okay, that's cool. Updates on the Islamic Republic of Iran armed forces. Oh, brother. Iraqis cheer as Iranian missiles fly overhead heading to the occupied territories. Oh boy. We visited their homes too. Operation True Promise 3 will continue as long as necessary. Permission to fight is given to those against whom war is being wrongfully waged because they've been wronged, and indeed God is fully capable of granting them victory. AI video of them nuking Israel? Oh Lord. A Zionist rat, stunned and bleeding, stumbles through the streets of occupied Palestine after taking a direct hit from our missile strike. Dog. What the hell? What the hell is going on? No. All I know is, bruh, I'm a God-fearing Christian, bro. And I read my Bible, and I know that Israel is God's chosen people, bro. People can make up all these conspiracies and say whatever they want about to about the nation of Israel, bro, but God has protected them people from the beginning of time. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and just hope that they win. Oh my gosh! Bro, this is dead ass war. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! Is this the AI video you was talking about? No way this is real. No way this is a kill cam, bro. No way that's a kill cam. Celebrating the missile wounding of a civilian while calling him a rat isn't resistance to self-incriminating confession of a war crime. Oh, this is bananas. Oh, blood of Jesus, bro. Oh, Father God. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, the blood of Jesus, man. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Nah, this is sick, bro. I feel sick in my chest, bro. Nah, this is sick work, twin. It's just crazy, man. 1 second. Oh, Lord. This is not good. Niggas is making TikTok edits about killing people, man. I'm pretty sure I've used this sound on a gym video. Bro, we have... Why can't we rally the world to just destroy these people? I mean, like, I know you can't do that because there are... It's not Iran wholesale. It's not Iran wholesale. It's just Iran religious extremist Satanists that think that they can rule the world. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. You know what? The one of the people who I feel like is like the worst piece of garbage alive is this little... Oh, man. I want to use really bad foul language. I can't stand this guy. I really can't stand this guy. It's so wild to think you can farm sympathy posting this from occupying forces account, currently sniping starving children desperate for a crumb of aid, all because you chose to attack a regional power that has missile systems amidst an ongoing denuclearization agreement. Israel defense. We would rather not be tweeting the same thing many times a day, but millions of Israelis keep running to shelter as Iran keeps shooting more ballistic missiles at Israel. Bro, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Okay. Let me open it on here. Let's see. Do you know how crazy it is of like the RNG that we have? Like how lucky you were to be born in America? If you were born an American citizen, in comparison to everywhere else in the world, you damn near, okay, in comparison to getting spawned in on the Middle East, you hit the lottery. Thank you, Jesus. I was not born in one of these PvP servers. Holy. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, this is so cooked, bro. Oh man. Okay, what else did I want to do? I wanted to watch let me see here. Trump warned Iran. Okay, I was not able to tune into anything regarding Asman's stream today. I was a little busy.
Here we go.
This is CNN Breaking News.
I'd love to see it.
All right, the breaking news this morning, major breaking news. Israel says it has launched an unprecedented attack on Iran, targeting the country's nuclear sites and top military leaders, and the operation very much ongoing. The Israel Defense Forces say
I would say it was successful, too. I mean, it seems like they killed a bunch of their leadership. Seemed massively successful.
200 fighter jets striking more than 100 targets so far across the country. And we just got new reaction from President Trump. We'll have much more on that in just a moment. Video shows explosions at one of the sites in northwest Iran.
God damn.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the attack struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear program, and they would last, quote, as many days as it takes.
I hope niggas don't got
Black
epilepsy.
plumes of smoke rose over Natanz. That's the site of Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility. The country's atomic energy agency says the attack there caused, quote, superficial damage. Iran State TV says the strikes killed several top military leaders and nuclear scientists, including 3 of the most powerful people in the country.
I mean, I would say that's extremely fucking effective.
That's a pretty good kill.
I mean, that looks extremely fucking effective.
Commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, the country's highest-ranking military officer, and its former national security chief.
CNN's Kylie Atwood now reporting that the Trump administration is still hoping that nuclear talks with Iran will go ahead as planned this weekend.
I really don't think so.
Two sources familiar with the matter. A U.S. official
I wouldn't
saying
bet on
they
that
still
one.
intend to have talks
Would not bet on
Sunday.
that one.
And just this morning, President Trump is offering his first public reaction to this major escalation in the Middle East. CNN's Elena Treen joining us right now for the latest on that angle. Elena, what are you hearing from the White House right now?
Yeah, this is the first official response we have gotten from President Donald Trump this morning. Came in just moments ago. And I will note, just before I get into it, that...
Okay, speaking about Senor Trump, what has he been saying on here? Unless it's on True Social. So he has not posted anything. I don't have True Social. So whatever.
this is a bit in contrast with what we've been hearing now from the White House and from the Trump administration, specifically from Secretary of State Marco Rubio, that the U.S. had no involvement whatsoever in these strikes. So the statement from him, he posted this on his Truth Social website. He said that he gave Iran chance after chance to try and make this deal, but that they couldn't get it done. He said that he warned them.
To make a deal, I told them in the strongest of words, just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get
of
it
the
done.
manpower that both the United States and Israel has, and that those took a hardline position during these negotiations in Iran over a potential nuclear deal are, quote, all dead now. And then he said,
so
quote,
basically everybody who wouldn't negotiate with him is just conveniently dead. Yeah, I've got a pretty good feeling that Trump knew this was going to happen. Part of the deal.
Oh, man.
There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death.
So that's what he's doing. Like, I feel like that's clearly what's going on. He's letting Israel bomb the fuck out of them, probably helping them with intelligence, giving them, you know, like stuff on the back end. But, and that's probably why they evacuated the U.S. embassies too. I feel like that's clearly, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm putting things together.
They evacuated the U.S. embassies. Okay, so essentially what's happening is Trump is posturing Israel in a position to where Iran doesn't have a choice. Is that accurate? I think that's accurate. That's I mean, that's a way to do it. But at the same time, I don't think that these people are going to stop at all whatsoever. I really don't think so. I would love for that to be the case. But Islamic extremism is the most extreme form of extremism. So they're like OG religious extremist psychos. Like, they created crazy religious extremism. So I understand the maneuverability in posturing this scenario to be positive for us, for the least amount of casualties possible, but it hasn't worked in 1,000 years.
Who knows how much of this is true, but it seems like that's the case. And, you know, again, it's basically him saying, you know, all right, well, if you guys don't want to, the last guys didn't want to work with us and they're dead now. Who wants to work with us now? I think that's clearly what's happening.
That's some gangster shit, too.
Just do it before it is too late.
Before it's no more death. Just do it before it's too late. God bless you all. Man. Holy shit.
Trump is a thug, bro. Trump is a thug. I gotta get me a True Social.
Oh, Kate, you mentioned this, but Kylie,
actually disgusting. I mean, the thing is that I mean, I don't want to see the U.S. directly involved, but I don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons. It's a fucking it's a extremist theocracy. Like, I don't want an extremist totalitarian theocracy country to have like fucking nuclear weapons. Absolutely fucking not.
That's so based.
Why would anybody want them to have nuclear?
That's so facts. I don't know how. Like, if you have your reservations about Israel, that's fine. But largely, generally, Israel doesn't bother anybody. If we're removing the biblical context out of this and just thinking of just worldly, everyday, just global political relations, you really don't hear much about Israel. Like, they're chilling. You always hear a lot about Iran being crazy. So no, Iran should not have nuclear weapons because what the freak? They're making TikTok edits about blowing up a city. Like, they've lost the plot.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course.
Of human relations.
And I feel like what that one guy said is that, or that woman said is that, you know, everybody might not necessarily support this openly, but there's a lot of people that are glad that it's happening. And I think that she's right. I don't think anybody, and probably this includes Saudi Arabia, they probably don't want Iran to get nuclear weapons. They don't like Iran. Iran doesn't like them. Sure.
Reporting that they are still hoping to have
Saudis are celebrating
on Sunday in Oman. I will note that it is very hard to see that the Iranians are going to want to do that at this point. But from our conversations behind closed doors with some of these sources, they are saying that
Saudis hate Iran.
They can still move forward with a potential nuclear deal.
Why can Israel have it and not Iran? Because we're allied with Israel and not Iran. That's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science to figure that out. That's pretty, like...
Do you want that to be really the way to salvage all of this before more attacks begin to continue? And you kind of heard the president himself reiterate that. Now, a few things I also want to point out is that we did hear from Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday saying, again, that the U.S. had no involvement in this and that Israel believed that this action was necessary for self-defense. But we do know as well that Trump administration officials, people here at the White House, they were given aware and told to prepare.
Yeah,
for
they knew this
strikes.
was going to happen.
They were bracing for this yesterday when we saw those first strikes hit in Iran.
So either you're with me or you're dead? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's exactly like, I mean, do you remember whenever Trump was dealing with the Taliban? Or like whoever it was
you can't negotiate. The thing is liberals think that you can negotiate with godless, soulless people. You can't negotiate with godless, soulless people. That's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna work out. That's just not. These people have lost the plot. They're psychotic. They kill for fun. They take pleasure in it. Like, there's no peace talks with these people. It's you have to make it cut and dry. This is what it is. It's not making a deal. This is the deal.
Terrorist leader, and he said if there's any problems, we're gonna kill you and your whole family. Yeah, that's how he does things. Straight up. That's exactly it. Like,
that's
fuck around and find out people, politics. Bro. You either deal with it or we're going to kill you. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. And also, by the way, this is the way that this has been done for thousands of years. It's not like this is some kind of new, unique, crazy, unhinged policy. This is the way it's always been. This is how the world works. And so IDF accuses Iran of targeting Israeli civilians with the strike in Tel Aviv. The world cannot stay silent. So this is an image of all of the places that have been attacked by Iran. Wow. And what is this? Iranian state TV claims an Israeli fighter jet has been downed and the pilot detained. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I can pull this up, but let's go ahead and get back to this video here, too.
That's tragic for that guy. That's horrible for that guy. Oh, no. I hope that's not true.
Apartment building in Tel Aviv. I mean, I have to say, I'm not a big fan of Israel. I've said this many, many times. But this sure seems a lot more indiscriminate than what Israel did, right? Like, if I see all of these missiles everywhere, what are the odds that every single one of these missile strikes and every single one of these missile locations is being sent at a military base or at a military leader? What do you think the probability of that is? It's zero, right?
Absolutely none. Of course not. So I didn't even know what this map was. So this map is essentially everywhere a rocket has hit. That's terrorism. Israel does things with tact and with decorum. They attacked directly at the ops. They didn't target anybody. They didn't target any civilian or anything like that. They went to the source. But Iran is sick. They are Satanists. That's the difference. Iran is full of legitimate Satanists. So they just don't care. They want the terror. They want the destruction. They want horrible things to happen. This is, bro. Oh man, we in the end times for real, for real. Oh my gosh. Iran has around 3,000 of these missiles. Realistically, they can have this going for days on end. Israel delivers Iran close to being a nuclear superpower. This seems like it gets a lot worse before it gets better. Iran wants war, and the most dangerous thing is the fact they don't care how far it escalates. They'd have their people die than lose. Oh my gosh!
Like, they're not.
These people are psychopaths.
And so it's random. And so, like, when I think about this, and then Israel, it seems like they're not.
These
and
people are
you look
out
at the
their
strikes
damn
that they're
mind, bro.
making, and the people that they killed, and they just so happen to kill all of these different leaders. This seems like two different degrees of force here. You see one that seems like it's surgically focused on killing and taking out military personnel and military bases, and then you see the other one, which it seems like just carpet bombing the entire fucking place.
Yeah, bro.
And like,
They're
again, you have to keep
sick.
this in mind. This is from the IDF. This is what they're saying. Oh, wow, what a surprise. The IDF is saying something that makes the IDF look like a victim. Of course, right? And it's important to keep that in mind. Let's think about that and be sure about that.
It's a fair point.
I mean, I'm just giving my opinion on this, and I don't think it's crazy for me to say what I'm saying here. Whenever you look at the discrepancy and the disparity here, it's not crazy to say.
That's a very fair point.
It's propaganda? So, I mean, but like, to what degree?
It's not... his chat is retarded. It's not propaganda for them displaying, hey guys, these niggas are out of their mind. They're crazy. Look at their response to us stopping what we've already established as something that they're not allowed to do, which is have nuclear weapons.
Is it propaganda? Is the image fake? Is the representation fake? Is the interpretation fake? Where is it propaganda? Is the whole thing Photoshop? Is it video game footage? You've got to be a little bit more specific whenever you say that it's propaganda.
They have some pretty fascinating... Israel also has some pretty fascinating technology that Iran does not. As far as, things, projectiles coming into their airspace. So, like, it's known that Israel literally, like, has a missile defense system. At the very least, a missile tracking system. So, why would you say something like that if, like, it's common knowledge that Israel has this technology?
I reported this with Kylie as well.
I'm trying to be as accurate as I can be, okay, guys? Trying to do my best.
As these strikes were happening, that meeting, I would like to point out, was actually scheduled before Israel began its attack. They wanted to start to coordinate what the official U.S. response would be. So again, adding to the point that they kind of knew about this. Now, of course, I think the big picture here is that, one, President Donald Trump has not kept quiet about his frustrations with Iran and for what he believes is a very slow pace in the progression of talks over a nuclear deal.
It's because there's not going to be any talks. There's not. They're going to keep just jerking this off. There's not going to be any talks. These people are crazy. They're bananas. They've lost the plot. Her eyes are gorgeous. Yeah,
again, to reiterate, they still want to have those talks. They do not believe that this deal is not.
Yeah, and I think also, like,
I don't think they want to have the talks. I really don't think they want to have the talks at all. They're just doing this. They're just doing this rigmarole to prolong their indiscriminate bombings without holding any accountability.
Is this something that...
And you have dumbass retard Hassan who's going to go run defense for this and say, Israel is bombing starving Gazan children and blah, 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 blah. They're literally not. It's It's documented, factual, provable evidence that they're literally bombing just military personnel that's causing the problems and making the decisions. So these stupid ass American liberals and just retarded people are going to continue saying Israel is the bad guy. Israel is the bad guy. No, they're not. Not in this context. There's a lot of stuff that people try and say about Israel that I'm not educated enough to speak on. But when it comes to this, there's not even an interpretation of them being
is
in the
America
wrong here.
First. I mean, in a way, yes. In a way, no.
Hassan,
like Iran having nuclear weapons is an existential.
Like, if I was like the biggest content creator on the face of the earth, I'd probably be careful about talking about other creators like he is. But since I'm not, I absolutely have no respect for the spineless coward of Hassan Abi, and I think that he should be not only arrested for taking place and influencing further destruction of Los Angeles, but for inciting domestic terrorism and international terrorism. Exactly. Israel would never. They've never done something like that. The only time they even had to do something remotely like that was when the Iranian extremist group Hamas was having their bases in like under schools and in hospitals. Like at that point, like you got to do what you got to do. Like war is hell. But then don't blame Israel, blame Iranians for having absolutely no morality, no moral compass at all, to endanger civilians by hiding out in places that they're like, everybody knows what they're doing. They're trying to be little weasels. They're trying to be little roaches.
Threat, but it's primarily not an existential threat to the United States. It's primarily an existential threat to the Middle East and the people over there. That's directly their problem. Now, maybe abstractly it's our own, but you know, them having nuclear weapons. Let's be. Does anybody think it's a good idea for Iran to have nuclear weapons? I don't fucking think so. I think it's bad. So yeah, it's your problem later on. Yeah, nobody thinks this is a good thing. Everybody thinks this is bad. Not everybody, but I mean, I'm pretty much everybody. The people that thought it was good, well, they were killed. And so that's it. And so I think that that's the reason why people are okay with it. And, you know, you look at it from that perspective, would you want Donald Trump to support Israel, at least on the back end, making sure that they continue killing people that don't want to negotiate? Would you
Yeah. I would. However, Iran is so puny and insignificant in comparison to the United States as far as military power. They're just crazy. They're crazy and poor. And we've had dumbass Satanist Democrat leadership that has made concessions for them and allowed them to progress their nuclear ambitions. But if they get weapons of mass destruction, they're not just going to be a threat to Israel or the Middle East. They call America the big Satan. They hate us. Iran literally hates us. And what happened in the Middle East in the early 2000s did not help. So you can't undo the past, but what we can do is prevent them from doing something bad in the future. So I think that any and all available assets to stop Iran from acquiring weapons of mass destruction is to the benefit of the entire world. Because if they are just going to indiscriminately bomb Israel, who is their neighbor, what the freak do you think they'll do to us?
Support Donald Trump doing that and back channeling with Israel. I think my answer with that, yes. Yes, I would.
salvageable, but of course these attacks really throw that into question. Another big question I have, and I'm hoping to get answers from this White House today, is whether or not President Donald Trump...
According to Axios, Israeli officials have confirmed that U.S. is assisting with the defense of Israel against the ballistic missiles fired by Iran.
It seems like it's just us just chilling watching Asmongold.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu specifically and directly about this, and whether he tried to warn him against this, because we know in the past the president has told Netanyahu not to do this while these talks over a nuclear deal played out. But clearly this administration was aware that this would happen, and now they are trying to make their response known.
It's confusing to me. Are they pretending to be mad about it, or are they just taking advantage of it and saying, okay, well, this is just the next best thing? Because that part is confusing to me.
They want these talks to continue.
Joining us now, CNN Chief International Anchor Christian Amanpour and CNN's Oren Lieberman in Jerusalem for us.
Yeah, like, it doesn't even matter where you fall politically. Like, if you are an American citizen, or if you have any ambitions about becoming one or coming to the United States, and you hear that Iran, who literally calls America the big Satan and wants to blow us off the planet, if you hear that they want to acquire weapons of mass destruction, how in the world could you not want your country to be safe? So what liberals are going to do, the queers, what the Queers for Palestine are going to do, is blame Donald Trump for the war in the Middle East, or for another war in the Middle East, which they incited. All they do is try and make people that are trying to do good have a harder time at accomplishing it. That's what Democratic leadership does. Or Democrat leadership. And that's no bueno. I don't like the fact that it's silent when I pause it.
First to you, Christian. When you were looking at this, Israel says it's going to keep these attacks ongoing. Iran has already started to retaliate. Do you see this as an all-out war now?
Well, it just depends actually on Iran's ability to retaliate and
I don't think so. Not
next,
yet.
and whether the United States or others get involved. As you know, publicly,
we're going to pause this because we've got more popping off right here. Holy shit.
That's just...
Is this the new one?
That's just in a city.
I think that's the old one. I'm like 95% sure that's the old one. I saw that one. Never mind.
That Israel did it alone, unilateral. Here in Europe, our allies have backed off. They've said they had nothing to do with it, and they haven't even said that they would, like the last time, join any protection of the skies over Israel like they did the last time. So people are really not wanting to get more involved.
10 ways until they destroy him.
To actually calm down.
I don't know.
Some kind of ceasefire. That looks unlikely. And I think what's really interesting for the United States and for you all to figure out is what is coming out of
And somebody said Trump gave them 60 days, and yesterday was the 60th day.
That's not a good sign, man. They don't want to talk, bro. Iran does not want to talk. They're not gonna talk. I think we gotta let that ship sail, bro. We have to handle this. We gotta handle this. Isn't that a war crime? Isn't firing directly into civilian locations, like, isn't there some moral clause against that?
I mean, that's a really big coincidence. It was the 61st day? Yeah, what a crazy coincidence. This just happened to happen at just that time.
No, that's bananas, bro.
Trump's credibility just hit a new paradigm with his threats? Yeah.
Israeli reporters are saying that there seems to be a much higher level of coordination between the United States and Israel than is being said publicly, and that even some of the words, some of the actions, including potentially the so-called meeting that's meant to be happening to continue a nuclear deal this weekend in Oman, that was all potentially part of a deception. So I think that is going to be very interesting.
So he just had them, basically, do you think maybe Trump just had them plan that meeting so they let their guard down so he could kill him? I mean, like, I think there's a good chance Trump did that. Like, I could expect that.
To look at the extent of the U.S. In action
that's dark,
in this
though?
And permission. What we do
really.
know
I mean, it's a
is that
that's not
Prime
dark.
Minister
about nuclear
Netanyahu has
weapons.
been itching for
That's
this
called
fight
strategy.
for years. And we also know that no other American president has allowed any Israeli Prime Minister to take this kind of action. This would be the first time that that this kind of action has been permitted or greenlit or whatever you want to call it by an American president. If you remember,
Axios confirmed that story. I'll pull that up after this.
Out of the nuclear agreement back in his first term. From that moment when Iran was bound and had been verified by the international agencies to keep its uranium enrichment low, it started to produce at higher levels. And what appears to have triggered this movement now is two reports from the IAEA, which is the UN nuclear surveillance agency, which has said two things. One, that Iran has produced up to about 60%, which they believe is, you know, significant, much more rapidly than they expected, and also...
I mean, what do you think the probability is that Iran is trying to develop nuclear weapons? I would say it's 100%.
Obviously. That's
like,
not even a question.
If I was Iran, I would want to develop nuclear weapons. You're surrounded by enemies. Basically, everybody around you is against you. Of course you would want to make nuclear weapons as a deterrent for people to not blow you up.
I don't like the way he's framing that. I really don't like the way he's framing that as if Iran is in any way a victim here. Because the reason why they're surrounded by enemies is because they're insufferable. This is a self-inflicted issue. This is like a super extreme blue-haired liberal walking into like a bar with just a bunch of just normal like MAGA conservatives and then feeling threatened ideologically. So then she starts like pouring alcohol and water on people out of fear. The reason why you feel threatened is because you're a retard and you have all these stupid ideas that nobody likes, that normal people don't like. So you're not disliked for the sake of it. You're not disliked because of your hair or your skin color or how you smell, or if you're fat. You're disliked because if people don't align themselves with your religion, you want to kill them. People don't like you because you force women to wear coverings from head to toe and treat them like animals. Nobody around you likes you because you fire indiscriminate rockets into civilian cities. That's why nobody likes you. So him framing it that way bothers me. I don't like that framing of this issue.
Absolutely.
In a second report said that Iran had not allowed them enough access, sort of stonewalling certain access, and that is what caused the latest...
She's making us into a Trump bad story? I mean, I don't know about this. I mean, like, I think that there's a lot of people that are... It's a very, very tough thing, right? Because I think that there's a lot of people that are big Trump supporters that are also, like, huge isolationists. They don't want America to be involved in the Middle East, period. We can trade with them, we can deal with them, but I don't want to deal, like, we're not on anybody's side with wars. They want America to play a Switzerland role and just let them blow each other up, fight each other, and not have to deal with it. There's a lot of people that feel that way, but there's also a lot of people that feel that, you know, if Iran does have nuclear weapons, that this is a long-term threat to us. And this will destabilize the region.
We can't, having the idea that America, having the idea that America can just Switzerland this situation is very low IQ thinking. We can't. That's not possible. They're extremely public about their hatred for America and Americans. They want to cut off your head if you don't believe in their flavor of Islam. And that's not me generalizing all Iranians. But the flavor of Iranians that are involved in this religious forever war do. And unfortunately, they're in control. Yikes, man.
Of ripple effect that would negatively affect us. So like, but also true, right? And like, I think both of these perspectives, if you want my opinion, both of these perspectives are extremely valid. Like, insanely fucking valid.
Reports from the IAEA. Israel clearly believes that it had...
And I think also, like, if it wasn't for, like, American voters being disillusioned after 20 years of war, being disillusioned after 20 years of war in the Middle East that has accomplished really, I think in the eyes of the American people, what have we really accomplished in the Middle East? We've replaced the Taliban with the Taliban. I don't think that necessarily, I don't think that's mission accomplished, right? Nothing. We just got a bunch of our kill. And so, like, you shouldn't be surprised when a lot of American voters don't want to vote to have more wars. Because the last one that we got entangled with didn't get anywhere. Nothing happened.
Neutralized
serious
Tel Aviv opposition, including from Iran. So far, it
hasn't got there yet.
I'm going to say this because it's relative. Only 100 drones have been sent in retaliation, but no missiles yet, and no nothing. And also, Hezbollah is not involved. Hamas is not involved. Other Iranian proxies are not involved, in great part because they have been defanged. Israel apparently...
Yeah, well, what she means by that is they killed all the leaders of the terrorist organizations. And I have to say that, I mean, again, as somebody like, I don't like how much the U.S. helps Israel. I find it to be unsettling as an American and not an Israeli. But I got to say, it's really impressed with the fact that Israel just ends up killing all these guys. They are extremely fucking effective. Like, surprisingly and impressively effective.
They don't play,
that
bro.
it, though, was reached.
IDF don't play. That's one thing I know from watching Dan Bongino. IDF does not play.
What they call, I believe, a zone of immunity, something like that, where something needs to be done before Iran.
They're good at black ops.
Is in a state
They're
of
really
being able
good
to
at
do
it.
Something without it being able to be pulled back. So this is very complicated. The Arab states, including those who made, agreements.
It's effective when you don't care about collateral. I don't think you can make that argument.
I think that anybody. I don't know how anybody can watch Asmongold and not at the very least respect him heavily. I don't know how they couldn't do that. Because, like, seriously, he has no agenda. Baldy here has no agenda. He looks at everything fairly, and he's consistent in all of his views. He's consistent in his beliefs. He doesn't change up. He's not a liar. He's not performative. I mean, sometimes if he's just trying to be entertaining, but I feel like you really have to.
I don't think you can make that argument when the bombing of Israel looks like this, and the bombing of Iran's, the military leaders they were trying to kill looks like this. I'm not I'm not seeing the same thing. I'm sorry.
The Abraham Accords with Israel are all calling for calm, and we'll just see where it goes next. And by the way, it was the Persian Empire and not the Iranian Empire. In Iran right now, the president is making a
so many
speech
tabs open.
on
That's crazy.
state television to call for unity and also, as he said, to raise Iran's head up. Clearly, this also presents potentially a matter of survival for the current regime. Back to you.
Christian, thank you so much. Stick with us. Let's go to Oren Lieberman now. Oren, you've been covering this since the wee hours of the morning as this was playing out. I was watching you
big
overnight.
Yikes, big yikes.
Is the attack over?
Big yikes.
The short answer is no, it doesn't look like it is. We've been here
obviously
in the Bureau in Jerusalem covering these for the last 10 hours since the first wave of strikes occurred, striking the nuclear enrichment facility in Natanz and a number of other places across the country. That's where we see that 200 fighter jets hitting 100 targets. But it looks like that number may continue to grow. The IDF spokesperson just got on camera a short time ago and put out a statement where he said the Air Force continues to strike in Iran over the recent hours. And it was Prime Minister
I pray to God that my genetic what's the terminology here that would best fit this situation. I pray that my genetic degradation of age never results in this flavor of balding. Just let it go, brother.
Benjamin Netanyahu, who in his first video statement said this could continue for days. Israel has made clear that it has a number of goals here.
Yeah, that's the thing I showed you guys.
Destroying or degrading.
I mean, you look at this, right? Does this look like indiscriminate civilian bombing? I don't think it does. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like this is
like, and people want you. People want you to talk about some free Palestine. When look at the contrast. Can this be?
Iran's nuclear capabilities.
One example,
as well as taking out Iran's top military and nuclear leadership, and that we have already seen play out. A number of Iran's top military leaders, including the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard.
And I think the reason why is that. I think that Israel probably cares more about not alienating everybody in alienating everybody in Iran, because a lot of the people in Iran also hate the Iranian government. Like, you have to keep in mind that, like, they had a complete fucking 180 in 1979. So a lot of the people there hate the government there too. And so they might not. You have like a devil type situation going on, right? Where like many of them might not like the fact that Israel is attacking them, but they might also hate their current government. So I think Israel stands to gain or stands to lose a lot more if they indiscriminately bomb a bunch of places in Iran, because they could lose that little bit of good faith that that the people there have that effectively works in their favor against the Iranian government. And I think that that's the reason why it's in their best interest not to just indiscriminately bomb them. Because, again, the majority of Iran...
I think that's true. I think that's very true. But I also think that Israel is cognizant of the fact that there's, like, an agenda against them. So if they did do something like indiscriminate bombing of a civilian city, that would just add fuel to the fire of the retards that are already illogically villainizing them.
In totality is not even Muslim, but it's run by a Muslim dictatorship, or not. I mean, a totalitarian fucking theocracy. Most Israelis hate their government. Yeah, it's the most important thing here, but you can see that.
I don't think that's true.
Iranians love Israelis.
That's not true.
Well, I don't know about love, right? But it's a Muslim, bro. What the fuck? Wait, what did I say something that was confusing? I mean, sometimes I'll just say things and I don't realize what I said. No, we don't. No, because all the Muslims don't love each other. That's not the case. Like, this Saudi Arabia and Iran don't like each other. They're both Muslim. That's not the case.
Yeah, that's a big yikes.
And the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Air Force have been killed as part of these strikes. The latter is significant because he was in charge of Iran's ballistic missile program, and that remains the great fear here, that Iran has the capability to launch hundreds of ballistic missiles at Israel that could overwhelm Israel's air defenses. And he was also responsible or led Iran's retaliatory attack against Israel last April. So he has been, or had been, I should say, in this sort of scenario, and was clearly very high on the list of Israeli targets as they went after, again, not only the nuclear facilities and the ballistic missile facilities, but the top of the military and nuclear leadership, in what is frankly a remarkable sweep of strikes in terms of the numbers, the targets, how far spread across they are across pretty much all of Iran, and in a number of neighborhoods in Tehran itself.
Oh man. Oh man. Things are not looking bueno. I'll tell you that much. Things are not looking bueno. I'm not sure what else I wanted to look at on Twitter. Let's see what's going on. Get a little refresh going. Ooh. They're trying to bust down this person's windows, and they're still showing restraint. Rip Bozo. Rip Bozo. That's a Rip Bozo situation. Nope. I don't feel bad at all. I hope it hurt. I hope you broke bones. I hope it was bad. I mean that. Idiots. What are you guys doing? Move. What are you accomplishing? Nah, you wildin', bro. You wildin'. What was I gonna look at? Bro, how stupid can you be? Like, it just doesn't make sense. He has his pin and has never used it. Okay. Yeah, he's not very active. Oh my gosh, what a retard. That's hilarious. This map shows some of the international locations of the No Kings plan for the... Why is this global? In solidarity with the Palestinians are being attacked and thrown out, who won't tolerate Palestinian sympathizers. Yeah, honestly, if I was in a different country in the Middle East, and a bunch of these retards from America that thought that they were doing something good came into my country trying to, like, go side with the ops, I'm not mad at them. Because what are you guys accomplishing? What is Haley and Becca and Andrew and Riley, what the hell are they gonna do? Oh, go march in Gaza, a place you don't belong in. Privileged ass white people thinking that they can just be a part of of these global movements that they're doing. Struck in the head by a rubber bullet. It's so, you know what was crazy to me is I'm such a normal person. I would never join a protest of anything, I don't think. Unless they were like actively persecuting Christians, I don't think anything could possibly compel me to protest. I don't know. I would really have to brainstorm some topics or some issues that I would physically go protest for. Cause this just feels like such a lose to be in America and protesting. There's people everywhere else in the world that have more to protest than we do in the United States. It's so ridiculous that the place with the least amount of problems got the most amount of problem creators.
Can you stop with the photos, man? I'm telling you.
I mean, that is sad though. Like, she could have just been a normal person, not involved, but it looked like she probably was involved. Yeah, just liberals are just, they're so exhausting, bro. Cause like, conservatives want small government, leave me alone, don't tax me as much money, let me mod my truck, like pretty much. So it's only one side that's just creating problems. It's one side that is creating problems out of boredom. America is suffering from success. I think that's the best way I could phrase it. America is just suffering from success. We are so privileged and we're so blessed. We have such, like, unless you live in a really, really bad area, like unless you live in like South Central LA or somewhere with a lot of like gang presence or something. I mean, obviously there's bad parts of America. There's bad hoods and downtowns and places you don't want to be at. But in a general sense, most Americans, I think, walk out of their homes without an inherent fear. There's no dark cloud following American citizens when they leave. Generally, you go to any other place that is on the east side of the world, bro, all have more problems than us. Legitimate problems that warrant protest and a rebellion. But no, the liberals think they're fighting the Nazis because they lost a fair and square democratic election. They're fighting the Nazis. If a Democrat becomes president again in the near future, I think that this behavior has radicalized so many conservatives. That's just not going to spell a positivity for anybody. Mexico only owned California for 27 years. Prior to 1821, there was no Mexico and it was owned by Spain. Mexico invited the Americans to settle the land, hoping to generate tax revenue from the useless desert land. But when the Europeans made something awesome out of it, they didn't want to let it go. So if you're keeping score, California's been owned by Spain 52 years, Mexico 27 years, US 177 years. Shut the F up with this crap and get out of our country. Amen. Actually, how do you integrate Grok into this? Can I add Grok and how does that work? Is the text in this post accurate? I don't think I did it right. Where's my reply? Where's my reply? What the hell? That's how you know I don't use this app. Whatever. Ah! Don't jump up like that and scare me, asshole. The hell is your problem? That was terrifying. This is one of my cats. His name is Duget. Say hi, Duget. What you doing, Bagoo? You had a good day, Duget? You doing good, buddy? How you doing, good, buddy? Just a chill guy. Really just a chill guy. You just vibing, Badu again? You want to leave now? Okay, goodbye. Oh, okay. Caught. It's okay. Whatever. Shameless. You think how with all the war and terrible living... Oh, shit. You think with all the war and terrible living conditions in other countries is so easily accessible to see with social media, we could start to really appreciate what we have here, knowing how much worse it could be for us if we just had a bad spawn. Bro, if we had a bad spawn, we could have so many legitimate problems to actually protest about. I just hate that we have such a overwhelming, retarded, alleged U.S. soldier says he doesn't feel proud serving on what he calls stolen land, especially where illegal immigrants are being deported. I'm not even clicking on that. I'm crying. Give a damn what Iran got to say, bruh. I wish... Do you watch One Piece, bro? Because it would be so convenient if Trafalgar Law could just... get everybody that's not crazy. Just... Shambros. Just get them out of Iran and then just... annihilate everybody else. Everybody that's causing these problems. If we could just get every single innocent Iranian person that can't stand their government up out of there, that would be so clutch. But we can't.
We've gone up from 11 vaccines in 1986. Today, children get between 69 and 92 vaccines before they're 18. Not one of those vaccines is ever
retarded.
Those are not all mandatory.
Caption.
Those are all mandatory. And the reason there's 69 to 92 is some of the brands require 3 doses, some of them require 4. But none of them have been safety tested, except for the COVID vaccine. The only vaccine on this schedule that has gone through placebo-controlled trials prior to licensure was the COVID vaccine. So nobody has any idea what the risk profiles are on these products. And we don't know whether they have anything to do with the epidemic of chronic disease. Almost all the chronic disease, these are products that are designed to deregulate your immune system. I'm
a vaccine rejector. I'm an avid, active vaccine rejector. I think anybody that trusts the pharmaceutical industry in big 2025, I think you are objectively an uneducated individual that has been trained not to use your frontal lobe of your brain. Because after everything that's happened, it's bananas. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Oh, man. That's a good one. That's a really good one. My favorite series of all time is One Piece, but that's obviously not a starter anime. It has a lot of anime bullshit that you had to like kind of get through, and not everybody is built to withstand the anime BS. So I understand people not wanting to start One Piece, but if you see it through, it's the most rewarding viewing experience of anything I've ever had in my life. Naruto's really long. Attack on Titan is a classic. Demon Slayer is phenomenal. The anime's not finished yet, but I love me some Demon Slayer. Soul Eater is a classic anime. It came out in 2008, but it's so good. Oh my gosh, Soul Eater is fire. I've actually never seen Inuyasha. I have not. I have an anime watch list actually. Let me pull it up. Oh, Grok replied actually. The timeline in the post is accurate. Spain controlled California for 52 years, 1769 to 1821. Mexico for 27 years, 1821 to 1848. And the U.S. for 177 years, 1848 to 2025. However, they claim that American settlers simply refused to relinquish control oversimplifies the U.S. acquisition, which involved the Mexican-American War and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Mexico did encourage American settlement, but the narrative omits military conflict in Mexican and indigenous perspectives. The post-inflammatory language is a modern sentiment, not historical fact, and polarizes the discussion. So basically, Grok said, yeah, he's right. So anybody saying it's the stolen land is a retard. Yeah, everybody knew that already. Sweet. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't take it immediately at face value and agree with it. What was I talking about? Oh, my anime watch list. Let me see. I'm missing a couple of them. It's in my notes. Sword Art Online. That was my first anime, actually. I only watch sub. The only thing I will watch in dub, by choice is Dragon Ball. That's it. Because the original for Dragon Ball, it's not. It does not hit, bro. It does not hit. But everything else I watch in sub. Sword Art Online. That was my first anime. Season 1, Season 2, phenomenal. Season 3, I was like, we're doing too much. Everything after that, complete garbage, waste of time. So Naruto Shippuden, Hunter x Hunter, very disappointed in Hunter x Hunter. It's a lot of people's favorite series. It's definitely not mine. Black Clover. Black Clover is fire, bro. Black Clover is gas. It's like the anime's 170 episodes, but I really hope it'll come back soon. Because the manga's still ongoing. Attack on Titan, classic. It's a phenomenal series. Death Note, fire. Demon Slayer, fire. Promised Neverland, Season 2 is dog shit. Season 1 is good. Dragon Ball Super, Akame Got Kill. That show is pretty cool. Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is not that long, only has 2 series. If you want to look for some masculine shit, some dope, like selfless, like grow up and be a man type of stuff, man, it's great. Vinland Saga, One Punch Man, 7 Deadly Sins, Nobunaga Concerto, My Hero Academia. I love that show. Fire Force. I fell off on that show. Mob Psycho, ReZero. I'm like 2 seasons behind on ReZero. Tower of God, Erased, Darwin's Game, God of High School, Dr. Stone, Fate Zero, Rising of the Shield Hero, Future Diary, Love's Hard for an Otaku, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Code Geass, one of my favorite shows of all time, Konosuba, Burn the Witch, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Quest, Noragami, Parasite the Maxim, To Your Eternity, Domestic Girlfriend, Bleach, Prison School, Phantom Pirate Princess, Ranking of Kings, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, Overlord, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Chainsaw Man, One Piece, Martial Magic and Muscles, Hell's Paradise, Windbreaker, Free Aaron, Kaiju Number 8, Soul Eater. Oh my gosh, I'm a loser. Yikes. My fault. Okay. Let's see what else there is. What the hell?
Bitch, bro. Bitch ass the fuck down, bro. Sit your little bitch ass the fuck down, bro. Sit your little bitch ass the fuck down, bro. Oh.
Damn! He was the aggressor too. That nigga got worked. That is hilarious. Broke through the barricades at the Capitol.
Breaking through the barriers of the Capitol building. We got people breaking through the barriers of the Capitol building.
Is this a repost from January 6th? Yes, I can send you a screenshot of it. I got you. A mob of deranged leftist rioters just broke through the barricades of the Capitol. What's today? June 13th.
There's people that are breaking through the barriers of the Capitol building, rushing the Capitol steps. We got people rushing the Capitol steps right now.
Because of deportations. They're fighting the Nazis, bro. They're fighting the Nazis. Look at them.
Capitol Police are responding to the break.
Congratulations,
Capitol Police are
guys.
responding to those who broke through the Capitol barriers.
Congratulations. You guys are fighting the Nazis because of legal, lawful deportations. Good job. Good job, you guys. You guys are really making your ancestors proud with that one. Excellent. Good job. Coca-Cola to remove high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. That should be a banned substance in all food. Leftist TikToker decides to antagonize Las Vegas PD and quickly discovers that. Oh, please let me watch somebody.
Enjoying yourself?
You know, covering everything.
Nothing better to do?
Honor your oath. How about honor your oath, bitch? How about that? Honor your oath. Oh, there you go.
I didn't do
Oh
anything.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Find out.
He goes to jail. Let's go.
Yep. We tired of it. We tired of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. We're tired of it. We're tired of it. You're not disrespecting our law enforcement no more, bro. I'm sick of it. End this shit now. Nip that in the bud. Yup. Yup. Bye. Yup. Even look at the chat. Yup. Love that. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, I love it. Have a great night in jail. Deuces. Bye. You think you can just dehumanize police officers? You think they're not human beings too? You want to dehumanize police officers, spit on them, call them the B word. I love it. Hell yeah.
I'm just watching. Are you serious? I'm not doing anything.
This is what happens, bruh. This is what happens.
I'm such a good girl. I don't do anything.
It's not funny no more, is it?
Do you have ID on you?
Yeah, but
Where is it?
my backpack.
Is it alright if I go in your backpack to grab it?
No.
Bro, she's under arrest. Alright, you're going
No,
down.
I don't think
You're gonna be searched anyway.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is my favorite thing I've ever seen.
But I've been walking around covering for your guys' side. I've been saying keep it peaceful. They even try to send the news to me guy. I've been saying keep it peaceful.
Nope. Don't care. Whatever. Nope. You knew what you was doing. Don't act like a victim now. Don't act like a victim now. You wasn't a victim when you was calling in the B word.
Anything else you want to say? Let's take me and you and two of them from Mark. Let them bring the turtle gear back.
I love this. I love this so much. My damn webcam, bro. Can you just like stay up a little bit more? Thank you. There we go.
Okay, Rob, we're gonna actually bring her over here, okay? We're gonna bring her over here. You enjoy your night? You enjoy your night?
All right, let me
Go back to LA, dumbass.
Yeah. Dumbass. I love that. I love it. I love it. Dumbass little girl. Play stupid games. Man. I love it. What the hell?
So there's now speculation that Bonnie Blue was actually a man, someone called Carl Butler, and born in 1985. I'm not sure if this is real, but it is going.
I don't know what that nigga's talking about. I gave every man a chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words, just do it, but no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now. And it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter. With the next already planned attacks being even more brutal come to an end, Iran must make a deal before there's nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it's too late. God bless you all. What a savage. What a savage. This is what I want out of my president.
Viral.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. What a goat. Harris would have brought about the same conclusions, just taking a different path. It's now obvious we're no longer a sovereign nation, just a slave state of the terrorists. Oh my gosh, what a retard. What happened to the president of peace? Mass riots across the U.S., wars all over the world, and new ones starting every day directly because of Trump. What a joke this. How? That's so disingenuous. What? Are you kidding me? How? The liberal left is the ones that are inciting the mass riots. This was their plan all along, bro. They want to destroy everything and blame Trump for it. I hate this. stop the horrible war, but many just can't see that. People just chant death to America on a daily basis. Cannot have nukes. Exactly, bro. Like, this is mandatory, like, retaliation. What does Brian Krasenstein know about what Trump had in his negotiations? This is crazy. Oh man, I don't know what the hell's going on. Children's Hospital in Los Angeles is closing its center for transgender youth. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I love that. We love to see that. Picking radishes is no easy task. They're trying to make sympathizing. Everything is Trump's fault when something goes wrong, and when he fixes things, he gets no credit. Literally, they go completely out of their way to make his path to accomplishing his goals to make America a better place. They make that as difficult as possible with federal judges trying to block bills. They just set up every single wall of adversity that they can. And then he still finds a way to figure it out. He still finds a way to do it. And gets shit on for it. That's why the ones that know, and the ones that don't are the opposition. So United Farm Workers, who are paying this guy $4.30 an hour to bust his ass picking these radishes. In the small bunches that fill dozens of crates a day in California's Ventura County, he's proud to have worked in America's fields for 49 years. He's proud to work in America's fields for 49 years with no benefits, with no retirement. He's going to be working until he dies. And you just want these people to be your slaves. Maggots are incapable of working this hard unless they're playing with Trump's balls. MAGA Hunter. Yeah, because that's not a pseudo call to violence. Imagine being taken advantage of for 49 years, getting paid shit wages to the point where you literally cannot move up or go anywhere for almost 50 effing years. Y'all keep showing us why we need to never go Democrat again. Hispanics are not here on this earth for your fucking cheap labor, you effing scumbags. Thank you! Somebody said it. I'm a labor worker in Southern California, and I don't even get paid a fair wage as an American citizen that was born here, so you don't want to know what happens to these guys that are illegal and how they get used and abused and taken advantage of on a consistent basis. Facts. 49 years making that man a slave. It's disgusting. Yeah, the retards that are standing on top of burning cars, burning the Mexican waving the Mexican flag. Yeah, they're our enemy. They should get the hell out of here, and we should meet them with overwhelming force. But largely, Mexico is not a nice place, and I do truly believe that the majority of people that try to migrate over here, even illegally, are well-intentioned. That doesn't mean that they get to be here. They still need to be removed. But it makes sense why they want to come. And it's just so sinister that these sick Democrats try and play on the heartstrings of people and pretend like they're doing them a favor. It's a sanctuary city. No, it's a slavery city. It's an indentured servitude city. and you want to play on people's heartstrings and emotionally manipulate them into continuing to line these people's pockets at the expense of those who don't have choices. That's so sick. It's so foul. I hate these people, man. They'll still run defense for it. For those who haven't done this or picked strawberries, it is back-breaking work. Jeez, man. No, it's not relatively little money. They make no money.
Madrugamos, ahora por qué tan temprano.
This is so sad, man. Nobody wants to do this. They just want these people to do it to make more money. But retarded liberals won't see that. The Democratic leadership knows what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But the big brain plan was establish a Department of Education to make everybody retarded so that they can't think for themselves. And they can't see through this deception. We can't see through this manipulation. All they think about is feelings and compassion and empathy. You know, see? Democrats only want them to be legal when it's time to vote for them. Not only that. Not only do they only want them... They don't try and make them citizens. They try and give them the right to vote. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. They will go to every length possible to give them the ability to vote because they're manipulating them. But they will never, ever try and give them the pathway to citizenship. That's a bar, bro. You are spitting. We need living wages, also Democrats. We need slave wage agriculture jobs for illegals. Yeah. Pretty much. Oops. Pretty freaking much. This is hard work. Harder work than any leftist activist will ever do. Let's support all the Hamas supporters and keep guys like Efren. Exactly. Let's get everybody that has ever said queers for Palestine. Let's just replace them with Jorge. And then also give him their salary for doing this. I'd rather have non-criminal Americans pick my radishes or pick my own radishes. Perhaps we open up farms to the public and eliminate grocery stores. Why aren't we picking our own food? I would rather go to a grocery store. I'm not gonna lie. I don't necessarily want to co-sign this. If you hired people legally here, you would have to pay fair wages and workers' comp insurance. Slave drivers haven't changed. They just don't offer free housing anymore. But without slaves, who will pick my crops? But without illegals, who will pick my crops? Bro, the jokes write themselves, bro. But the retards, they don't want to get out of the box, bro. I think Kanye is largely crazy, but he was also right. Slavery is a choice. And these people know, will know the truth deep down, but they don't want to lose any ground with their cancerous movement. That they will never admit it. It's just crazy, bro. I'm sure the largest economic powerhouse in history and the most innovative country in the world can figure out a way to automate this. Yeah, bro. We don't need jobs in America where human beings are picking produce. Technology has advanced past the need for that. So have Efren, whatever my boy's name is, have him go back to his country where he can speak the language. I guarantee you most of these people, it's sad. It's so sad, man. These people might come to this country and think, man, I'm going to make a better life for my family. And they're stuck picking radishes for 49 years. No shot at an American dream. No shot. I feel like most people to come here would almost be better off staying in Mexico. Like, you probably have legitimately more success and more financial independence than coming in America to work for $4 an hour picking radishes for 12 hours. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These are some fire replies. Hopefully in 49 years he's a U.S. citizen. If not, he has to go. Seriously, not the flex you think it is. Yeah, it's not. It's embarrassing, man. It is embarrassing. Iran's missiles continue to break through Israelis' air defense. That looks like the apocalypse. Yeah, that's so crazy. A group of U.S. veterans were just arrested at the Capitol for attempting to sit on the steps and protest Trump's military parade. What a loser retard. Arrest all of those retards.
Again, these veterans were detained for simply approaching the Capitol steps.
Get them out.
They could have a peaceful sit.
U.S. Marines have carried out the first detention of a civilian in L.A. Yeah, he looks like he did something stupid. I believe it. I easily believe it. Black fatigue is real. That's nigga fatigue. Nah, it's nigga fatigue, bro. Same black people. What the hell type of like spiritual retard circle jerkers is happening right now? Is this like an EDM show? Oh, this is one of those places people go and like take mushrooms. I don't know what that guy was talking about. She speaks for 79 minutes. Oh.
Families and racist and you're a monster and you have no empathy and yada yada blah blah blah. Let me tell you something. The alternative was voting for a woman who was in charge of the border for the last 4 years, and over 300,000 children have gone missing under her watch, many of whom have now been sex trafficked or labor trafficked or are still missing. Tell me again how I didn't vote for the best interests of children? The alternative was voting for an administration who for the last 4 years let millions of illegal unvetted people to come into the country where my children live and play Russian roulette with American safety. The alternative was voting for a woman who could not do one interview and give a clear and direct explanation of what she had planned for the border. What you're seeing is that she failed at her job for the last 4 years of keeping that border secure. And before you're like, oh, well, it's not everybody. There are people that come to have a better life.
Is she reading off a script?
There are good people. Nobody's saying that there's not. And nobody's saying that they can't be here. Do it the right way. There's 100 people that come. One is bad. The rest are good. Guess what? I don't want that risk. My kids live here. There is a reason that these laws are in place, is to protect American citizens. I don't know why you guys cannot see
I'll
that.
gladly pay more for radishes if it means these people don't come here just to be taken advantage of.
And then you hear, well, Americans commit more crimes in America than other people. And what does that have to do with crisis in China?
Bro. It's pathetic.
I don't want a criminal in office. I would never vote for a criminal. So the alternative was letting in millions
of criminals.
That's the better alternative.
Because, yeah, there are a lot of criminals. There are a lot of cartel members that come into America. Because America is a big market. So that's still the minority to pretend like the overwhelming majority of people that come here are violent criminals. It's just not true. And it's people that are just trying to do better for themselves and just don't want to be in a dangerous place anymore. And they get sold a dream. They get sold a dream for slave labor.
Alternative. You guys are
it's tough,
like,
man.
Sometimes I wonder the difference between someone who voted for Donald Trump and someone who voted for Kamala Harris. If you ask someone why they voted for Donald Trump, they can give you reasons, logic, statistics, facts. You ask someone why they voted for Kamala Harris, they're going to give you reasons why you shouldn't vote for Donald Trump. See the difference?
They're going to give you reasons why you shouldn't vote for Donald Trump, and because she's black and because she's a woman, as if that
doing his job, asking questions about what is taking place in California, the state.
Law. I don't know what that is.
Even when I lose, I win. Never would have thought I would try stop the thing. I've been about progress.
You dumb asshole, man. Bonk.
Thank God for my blessings.
The hell are you doing? Whoever invented the Iron Dome system is a genius. I mean, those look like those are all landing. Grok is such a clutch feature. It really is such a clutch feature. Where was the Iron Dome on October 7th? Doesn't seem very reliable. Whatever. Where is this at? Where is this at? Oh, not here. That nigga's speaking something that's not American. Oh, man. Oh, man. We're so cooked.
Kiss your slap.
Is this some stupid trend?
Okay. Lock in, lock in.
Lock in is crazy.
Kiss or slap.
Slap.
Holy fuck. Kiss or slap.
Slap.
This is staged. They knew ahead of time. Nobody just opens their door that fast. That's not funny. Oh, that's fake. I didn't think Egyptians could hate anyone more than they hate Palestinians. Well, I was wrong.
Keep your head, Daniel.
Damn. So did some new racism lore just drop? I didn't know that Egypt hated Palestine. That's new. Oh, a bunch of niggas being violent. What a surprise. Never would have guessed that. What a shocker. Oh, look. A bunch of black people in the street beating somebody up. Stomping him out while he's already down. What nice people to be around. What awesome nice people to be around.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you.
Justin Bieber was spotted crashing out on paparazzi for recording him at the beach.
I don't give a fuck if you're on the sidewalk. I'm a human being. You're standing around my car.
I'm standing on business?
At the beach. You know what I'm saying? You don't think I'm a real fucking guy, do you? You're gonna take this video out of context. You're gonna say I'm mad. I don't know who the fuck is paying you to provoke me, but I'm not the fucking one. Okay? Stop provoking me. I'm a real dad, a real husband, a real man. So don't do this to me. Okay?
That did not sound convincing, Justin.
I don't know who's paying you to me or provoke me, but I'm not the one. I don't care that you're on the sidewalk. I don't care what kind of dirty work, what kind of nasty you're getting paid in the background to provoke me, bro, but I'm not the fucking one. I'm really not the one.
This is really cringe.
Bro.
What is happening here? Is that a tent?
Clearly you're here for an alternate agenda. Why would you want to be here to provoke me like this? This isn't love.
I couldn't be a mega celebrity like this, bro. Like, I got ambitions, but I couldn't Get some sleep. Hell yeah, bro. Hey, I sincerely, if you're still watching, bro, I sincerely appreciate you for watching for so long, bro. Really, thank you. It was dope going back and forth with you. I will for sure send you my anime list. So, hope you sleep well, my boy, and get enough rest tomorrow so you feel all right. Appreciate you, my guy. My guy, what the freak?
Weird, bro. Y'all are on some real weird shit. Literally.
All right, have a good night, Jason.
Okay, then go, then have a good night somewhere else, man, for real. Because I'm not going to stand around here and let this happen. No, sir. No way. No how. This is the beach. You guys get to be at the beach. They do. They do. They get to be at the beach.
What the fuck? I don't know what the hell that was. Applaud all the patriots who are participating, as I will, in No King rallies across the country. American believes in freedom, not authoritarianism. Brave Americans took on and defeated the most powerful despot. Wow. What an absolute retard. Absolute retard, Bernie Sanders. That's what you are. I'm finna play me some Marvel Rivals. Turn my music back on. Alright, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream because I want to listen to Lil Tecca. Oop.